My name is Emma. I am 28 years old. I live in a small apartment in the city, surrounded by noise, lights, and faces that never stop moving. But sometimes, even in a crowd, I feel completely alone. There was a time when I wasn't. There was a time when I had someone who made the world feel smaller, softer, kinder. His name was Ryan. We met in college. He was ambitious, full of dreams, always talking about how he would make it big one day. I was the quiet one, the listener, the note-taker, the steady voice beside his storms. We were never lovers, but we shared something deep, something more than friendship, maybe less than forever. Ryan wanted to be a filmmaker. He had ideas, passion, but no money, no support. I believed in him when no one else did. I helped him write his first script. I stayed up all night helping him edit, reading lines, holding the camera when his hands shook. When he doubted himself, I reminded him of who he was. When he felt lost, I told him he was already on his way. He used to say, "Emma, when I make it big, you'll be the first person I thank." I smiled and believed him. Then life moved faster than I expected. His short film went viral. He started getting offers, interviews, attention, and suddenly, my phone stopped ringing. At first, I told myself he was busy. Success can do that. But days became weeks, weeks turned into months. I sent messages, small ones, just to say hi. Sometimes he replied, short and polite. Sometimes nothing at all. I saw his name on magazines, his face on screens. He was becoming everything he dreamed of, and I should have been happy. I was happy, at least I told myself I was. But one night I went to his movie premiere. I stood at the back of the theater, hidden in the crowd. He looked handsome, confident, the man I once believed in with all my heart. After the screening, I walked up to him. My heart was pounding. He turned, smiled politely, and said, "Hi, nice to meet you. Have we met before?" For a moment, I couldn't breathe. He didn't recognize me. Not a flicker of memory, not even a spark in his eyes. I forced a small smile. "Maybe once," I whispered, and walked away before the tears could fall. That night, I sat by my window, watching the city lights blur through my tears. My chest felt heavy, not because he forgot me, but because I had never forgotten him. I remembered his late-night calls, his fears, his laughter, the way he used to say, "Emma, you're my lucky charm." Maybe he outgrew his luck. Maybe some people only remember you until they no longer need your light. But still, I never regretted helping him. Love, in any form, is not a transaction. I gave because I cared, not because I expected anything in return. The next morning, I wrote him a letter, not to send, just to let my heart breathe. "Dear Ryan, I hope you're happy. I hope the world treats you kindly. I don't blame you for forgetting me. Some memories fade, but some stay forever, and you'll always stay with me, even if I don't stay with you." I folded the letter and placed it inside my journal. That's where it still rests, between pages of what once was. Sometimes, when life gets quiet, I still think of him. Not with anger, not with pain. Just a soft ache that reminds me I once loved someone deeply enough to let them go. And that's what true care really is. Loving without ownership, giving without expecting, remembering even when the other forgets. The worst kind of pain isn't being alone. It's being forgotten by someone you can't forget. But I've learned something beautiful through that pain. The heart doesn't lose value when it's ignored. It grows stronger, softer, wiser. Now, when I see his name somewhere, I smile, because I know I was part of his beginning. Even if he forgot, I remember enough for both of us. True care never fades, but not everyone values it the same way. Still, I choose to love, to remember, to be kind, because forgetting would make me just like him. And I never want to lose the part of me that still believes in people.